Okay, so my eyes are watering like crazy today, and I'm sure that it's caused like some of the makeup in like the outer corners to look a little bit funny. So please, no judgments, okay? This is a judgment-free zone. But hello, thanks for coming back to check out another video. So we are here today to do the very first empties of 2022. It's my monthly empties, my January 2022 empties, however you want to phrase that. I am super excited. I really love filming these because it's a great way to sit down, see what people are using up, and kind of get those little like bite-sized speed reviews on them. So last year I was doing really good about, uploading monthly empties, and then when I took my hiatus, obviously I wasn't uploading, but I was keeping track of all of my empties on a monthly basis and jotting them down in like my little bullet journal and things like that. So while I didn't get to do like an end of the year recap with you guys, I did keep track of it. So in the description box, I'll leave all of that kind of information for like how I did as far as 2021 goes in case you're interested. And then this year, my plan is I really miss doing the like, how much did I use up in this year? So like at the end of this year, how much did I use up in 2022? I know like the makeup is really exciting for people to see, but I don't know, like, would you be interested in like a, how many beauty items did I use up in the year? Like, should I save all of my beauty trash? Just let me know down below. I have two separate bins so I could easily keep like everything, for the whole year. That is all of the rambling that I think I need to do before we get into this big old bin. I'm going to kind of sort it out. That way we can go category by category. Again, as always, with every empties video that I've done, I always leave timestamps in the description box and by like the category groupings, because if something isn't that interesting to you, like hair care or body care, for instance, like if all you're here is to see the makeup empties, no hard feelings. You just use that you use the timestamps down below to figure out what you want to see. Okay, so now let's really dive into the empties. So I'm going to start with hair care. So the first thing that I will pull out, my mom found these at Target. This is from Function of Beauty. So this is like, I know it's like an online store kind of thing, but I think they've partnered with Target. So this is their Soothe Scalp. And these are like booster shots. Let me open this up. There comes 2 in a pack. So this is what it looks like. I had to look this up. The idea of this is that you would add these into your shampoo and conditioner from Function of Beauty. I think when my mom picked them up, she just thought it was more like a targeted treatment, because I do complain a lot of like having a very dry, itchy scalp. So I appreciate the thought process of her picking up quite a few of these, but this isn't something that I'm comfortable adding into my shampoo and conditioner because it's a different brand. Like, I don't know, maybe that's silly, but that's just me. So how I did use up both of these is that I did just treat it as like a targeted like treatment, like hair oil type thing, and just used them that way when I got in the shower. They were fine. I don't really notice that they did anything, so I really can't imagine that by mixing them into like my shampoo and conditioner that I would notice anything either. So I do have a few more of these, but this is the first one that I moved out of my collection. All right, dry shampoo. It's the first dry shampoo of the year, but it is not from Not Your Mother's. This is the Garnier Fructis Invisible Dry Shampoo. This was watermelon scented. It was a nice dry shampoo. Didn't leave a white cast, really helped like get any of that oiliness that I had going on. But the scent of it, the watermelon was nice, I'm not gonna lie, but it was so unseasonably like inappropriate, like it just wasn't the right time of year for it, and so that kind of turned me off from it. So I would probably look into getting this like sometime in the summer, but this was no better or no worse than my Not Your Mother's, like my typical like go-to. I really love the Beach Waves, the texturizing dry shampoo from them. So honestly, I just went and picked up more of those when I was at CVS, but this wasn't terrible. Okay, I have finally finished off this co-wash that I was working on. So this is from the brand TGIN. It's like their 3-in-1 co-wash that they have. I think I got this at Ulta. It's a pretty big bottle. It's 384 mils or 13 fluid ounces. And you guys know, I don't really wash my hair all that much. I'm going to try this year to be better about washing it a little more frequently, because I've noticed a lot of like breakage and damage and things like that. We're not here to talk about that though. Anyway, This was fine. I didn't really notice, like, the big draw of this, the reason that I got it is because it says it's supposed to help with detangling your hair, but I really didn't notice that it helped anything, like, with that. I feel like my hair was just as tangly as it was with other products that I've used. So this isn't something that I would particularly, like, repurchase. But as far as, like, did it make my hair feel nice and conditioned? Yeah, sure. So if you've had your eye on it and you wanted to try it, go right ahead. My hair, I think, just gets extra tangly because it is so dry. So products like that, I just don't think are going to work for me no matter what they are. So kind of along that same vein, I do have a spray detangler. So this is from Hask. This is their, well, I'm calling it a detangler, but it's their 5-in-1 leave-in spray, and it does say that it nourishes and detangles. So I had tried the one from Not Your Mother's in the pink packaging, and that one was okay. Like I've said again, my hair is just super tangly and super knotted, like if I don't keep on top of it. So it's really hard for anything to really work. That one from Not Your Mother's was just super, like, fragrant and scented, and it kind of, like, made me sick. Like, it was so sweet smelling. So I picked this one up on a whim, and normally I don't like Hask hair care products, but this actually was quite nice. Like, it's coconut scented, and I do feel like it helped to soften my hair so that I could brush it a little bit easier. Like, it wasn't, like, the tangles weren't, like, gone, and it wasn't like a smooth, you know, sailing brush out, but it was a lot better than the Not Your Mother's. So this is actually a product that I have repurchased and will continue to use until it, like, changes, or, like, I feel like sometimes my hair, kind of like with skin, gets used to stuff, so then I do have to, like, rotate through products. All right, so this next hair care thing, this is from BB. I've never heard of this brand, but this is their Hairdresser's Invisible Oil Ultra Rich Hyaluronic Treatment Lotion. So this is just like a little deluxe size guy. I think I got this as like a gift with purchase from Sephora. I think it says there is 25 mils in here. So I was using this as a leave-in conditioner, and this really did, like, I used it this morning. I washed my hair, and so this was the last time I used it. It does feel really nice and soft. Like, as far as, like, other leave-in conditioners that I've had, I feel like my hair has remained softer a lot longer, because typically, even by this point, even though it's like day one wash day, like, my hair already starts to feel a little bit dry. You know, we're sitting here at like maybe 8 hours after washing, so pretty impressed with this. I don't know, like, the price point of it or anything, but I do have some other, like, leave-in conditioners to get through before I could even entertain the idea of wanting to repurchase this. Okay, so then the last hair item that we have is a hair mask. This is from Fortune Cookie Soap. This was their Friends Forever Scent Deep Conditioner. This smelled lovely. I don't know how to, like, explain it to you guys, but it was fresh and clean. Like, kind of fruity, kind of florally, but not overpowering. Like, it just kind of smelled fresh, you know? Like a nice spring scent. So I really did enjoy this. I think I got this in a get what you get bag, because I don't think I would have purchased their hair mask on my own, but then I did receive this, and it was quite a lovely experience. So they claim that there is 2.1 ounces in this, which is quite small considering, you know, price point and everything like that. But this lasted a really long time. This was a lot thicker than some other hair masks that I've tried, like the Not Your Mother's, the Briogeo, things like that. The thickness of this, I think, is what allowed me to use less of this, and it still nourished and, like, softened my hair, and it felt really nice, you know, as I was, like, rinsing this out. So I did actually end up really liking this, and I did repurchase another hair mask in a different scent from Fortune Cookie Soap. This is the only thing I will say. While they might always have hair masks available, you're probably not always going to find the scent that you want, because they do cycle through and, like, discontinue things pretty frequently. Alright, so last year, I think I just lumped in all of my nail stuff in with my body care, but I think this year I'm just going to make, like, a separate little category for it. So I do have one box of Impress nails that I finished off. It comes with 30 nails, including 6 accent nails, and typically I can get 2 to 3, like, full sets out of these boxes. This one I obviously only got 2 out of because there's a lot of, like, leftover nails, but it's the set that I have on today. So, like, the little accent nail is kind of like a it's like a confetti pastel, like pink kind of thing going on. They're really cute, really pretty. It's the shade, it's the set Curious Mind. However, they have done like an updated, like if you go and buy their nails now, it's in a new packaging. So I think they've renamed this, but I did see this set at CVS still. So if it was something you were interested in. Now, I don't ever, what am I even trying to tell you? I don't ever just use the little like adhesive pad that this comes with. I always lay down a layer of nail glue onto my nail, because I feel like if I don't do that, like when I'm washing dishes and things like that, I'm very rough with my hands. These nails will pop off after like 2 to 3 days. But if I put down a good layer of nail glue, and then also with the like adhesive that's on this, I feel like I get like a week to 2 weeks use out of my nails. So I'm really pleased with that. And that is how I will continue to wear these. Okay, so then let's get into actual body care items. So I have 2 foot masks here. I have one from Sephora. So this was from their Christmas line. My phone. This was really nice. I like foot masks. I have a very hard time. My feet are super dry right now, TMI. But I have a really hard time like putting lotion on them. I just don't like the feel of that. But I really do enjoy the feel of foot masks. And so this was quite lovely. I don't think I have any more from the Sephora line left in my collection. But I do have one from Earth Therapeutics, and then like a little box set that someone gifted me for Christmas. So I'm not like in dire need to go rushing out and buy more foot masks. And then this other one is from Holier and Glow. This I think is from Target. It's their perfect pedi foot mask. So this is one of those like treatments where you put this on, and then like 7 to 10 days your feet are supposed to start peeling, and it's going to be like a little snake skin action, and you're just going to peel all of that dead skin off. I like these masks typically. Now my favorite is by I haven't used it in forever, so I can't think of the name. It starts with a P. I'll leave it on the screen for you guys. That one works really well. This was obviously much cheaper, and so that's why I went with it, but it did not do anything. I put it on, I followed the instructions. Like, I've used these types of product before, so I know what I'm getting into. My feet peeled nada. The dry skin is still there. I had to like take my buffer out to it. Again, TMI. But yeah, this totally turned me off of these foot masks. Like even their regular foot masks that are like hydrating, I wouldn't like run out to buy these because this one just didn't do anything, and so I don't want to waste my money on it anymore. Alright, so let's get into some soaps. Typically, I don't include body washes or like body soaps in my empties because a lot of times my husband and I share the same like body soap, and I don't want I want my empties personally to be a reflection of the products that I use up all by myself throughout the year. But I do have some soaps that were like gifted, or they were really like interesting scents, and so I've told him like, this is mine, I'm gonna use this by myself. So this one is from Fortune Cookie Soap. This is their Forever Young whipped soap. I had never tried whipped soap before, and I gotta say, I was into it. It was a nice experience. It was different. Like, I did have to get used to it. The first 2 times that I used it, I was not into it. I was like, this does not work. Like, I don't like the process of this. I feel like I had to scoop so much out of it. But then I learned, like, you scoop out just like a little bit and kind of lather it up in your hands, and then take your washcloth, and you know, it is a quite lovely experience. The scent of this though, I don't know. It's kind of has like a fall cranberry scent. I had this, it's like fall cranberries and white tea, and I do know white tea is a scent in this. I have this as their like laundry detergent, and I really love it in that format. I think it just smells really nice and like crisp. But as the whipped soap, like the scent of it was like too strong. It almost kind of like burned the back of your throat, you know what I mean? So while the whipped soap part was nice, I wouldn't get the scent of this again. I think this was from their Hocus Pocus collection though, so I don't think there's any of this like still kicking around or still available anyway. Alright, so I do have a body scrub for you guys to talk about. So this is from Bath & Body Works. It is the Winter Candy Apple Body Scrub. I did not like this. This smelled like cherry cough syrup. And then another reason I didn't like it, I was using this, and it was like the second time that I had used this, and you know, I'm squeezing it and everything. The top just totally busted open, and a bunch of product like spewed out everywhere all around my shower. This also had like red and blue little like bits to it, but the bits didn't like break down or dissolve or do anything. So I don't know what the point of that was. I am finding more and more that I'm becoming less thrilled, less impressed with Bath and Body Works products as a whole. I think that there has been a steady decline in the quality of their products. So this year I really want to push myself to maybe potentially get all of my Bath and Body Works stuff moved out of my collection and just no longer purchase from them, because I'm just, like I said, I'm not happy with the brand and I don't want to be continuously like spending my money there when there are better brands that have better products at better prices. Let's just get a lot of the Bath and Body Works stuff out of the way. Like I said, I'm working hard to finish this off. So I have one of their lotions. This was the Honey Wildflower. Now this was new. This was the Ultimate Hydrating Body Cream. So you can see I did cut it out. And then it's like very short. I don't even know if you'll be able to like see the detailing on there, but it is Honey Wildflower. So this was like supposed to be their new, like more intense like lotion. This was terrible. This was one of those lotions that just sat on top of your skin and you had to really sit there and rub for like 10 plus minutes. I'm not even kidding. Like, that is not an exaggeration. 10 plus minutes before it would even start to sink in. It made your clothes feel like they were sticking to you, and it left a white cast on a lot of my like black clothes, like my black leggings and my black undershirts and things like that. So I just was not happy with this. Glad to get it out of here. The honey scent was nice. You know, it's crisp pear, fresh wildflowers, and sweet honey. So even though that sweet honey is the last scent note, it really came through on this. But that's the only like redeeming thing about this particular lotion. So happy to get this worked out and out of my life. All right, so then I do have two of their like little guys. So this first one is their hyaluronic acid hand cream. Now this I actually really do like. This has a nice like fresh, clean scent to it. Sinks in really nicely, and it's been a really good hand cream, especially for this time of year. My hands are like super dry right now, you know, gotta wash them and everything like that. So I have a few more tubes of these that I had bought. I think I had like a coupon for like buy 3 of these and get like 2 free or something. Either way, I have a lot of these, so I'm going to continue to work through these and use these up. I really do enjoy them, but it's $7.50. like, again, it's not a bad, this is not a bad product, but the price of it, there are cheaper things out there that work just as good, if not better. And so then the second little guy that I have is called the Dry Hand Relief. I don't know if there's too much of a glare for you to read this, but this is like a glycerin hand cream. So this comes out and it's, you know, have you ever been to like one of those like fancy nail places and you get like the paraffin wax, like little hand mask? That's kind of what this feels like. And much like with this, you know, other body lotion, this did not sink into my hands whatsoever. They were very greasy. It was hard to like once you put this on, you lost all of your fine motor skills. You know what I mean? Like I would pick something up and drop it. So how I ended up using this one up is as like a foot mask, essentially. I would put this, like a really good thick layer of this on my feetsies at night before laying down. And then I would put like a really nice pair of socks on to kind of let that sink in overnight. And that's been nice. So I do have one more of these. I think I only have one more. But that's how I'm going to use this up, is as a foot cream. All right, one more body lotion. A lot of these, like, I went through my like little hoarding closet is what I call it. I went through that in the month of like December and pulled out a bunch of the products where I'd like half used them and then put them back because I got a different like scent that I was really happy about, or just for whatever reason. A lot of these were half used, and so I made a really good effort in January to finish up a lot of these. So that's why my body care empties is a little bit bloated this month. But I have from the Tarte Sugar Rush brand, this is their cake batter lotion. This is so nice. I really do like this. It smells like vanilla frosting. It's amazing. This was a gift from my friend, and so I'm glad to have finally finished this off. Part of the reason that it took so long is, one, it was a gift, so like I don't want to use that up, even though using up your gifts shows far more appreciation than letting it go bad, right? But the other thing too is that the consistency of this is on the thicker side, but the moisturization of it is on the like thinner body lotion side. So I kept forgetting that. I wouldn't pull this out in the summer, which would have been the appropriate time to like use this. And I kept thinking like, save it for winter, save it for winter. And then I would pull it out in the fall and winter when my skin was drier because it's thicker, and I would start to use it, but it wasn't like enough hydration that I wanted. So I did end up just plowing through it this month, and I would like use this in the morning and then put on like a thicker lotion at night, and it worked out fine. And I have to smell it one more time. I thought I saw a dead spider down in this bin, and if there was a dead spider and I screamed from it, I would have left that in just so you guys could have had a good laugh. But my last body care item is a body spray from Bath & Body Works. This is in the scent Confetti Dream. Again, I don't know if you can read that label, but it says on here that this is fresh raspberry, sparkling pear, and blue iris. Another thing, I get so overwhelmed in Bath & Body Works, and especially when I'm trying to like sniff things. And I feel like sometimes I think that something smells really nice, and then I get home and I'm not having that like sensory overload, and I can sniff it again and I'm like, this doesn't smell like it did in store. So that was kind of like what happened with this. This was much more like floral than fruity for some weird reason, even though it has like a ton of fruit notes in it, and like just has blue iris, which is the last like scent note, so you would think that was added in last. It should be like the least smelling of the three, but it was like the most. So I just really didn't like this. And I like body sprays. How I use them is like after the shower, and I want that nice like, ooh, I smell really good, or like right before I lay down to go to bed, because again, it smells really nice. So but this scent, didn't like it. All right, skincare, and then we'll be on to makeup. So the first two things, I do have two sheet masks from Sephora. Their pineapple one, which is supposed to be good for pores, and then their lychee one, which is moisturizing and glow. I really like sheet masks. I like the experience of it. I like that everything kind of drips down onto your neck and you can really rub it into your chest. I just love it. It's always like a very cooling sensation. It's just relaxing to me. However, I recognize the waste that this caused because it's like a single-use item. Like, I realize that, but I was gifted a ton of sheet masks by my mom when I like, you know, she made me a gift care package, like a little pick-me-up thing. Let's put it that way. So I have a ton of these to work through, and I really do enjoy them. So that's why you're going to see these in here. I have a bunch from her, from Sephora, and the Tony Moly brand, and I have to say I like the Sephora ones a little bit better than the Tony Moly ones, but those are still nice. Like, they still give you a good amount of essence and they still feel really nice. All right, I have a facial spray from Heritage Store. This is their Rose Water facial spray. I really like to, after I wash my face and everything, I feel like some of my cleansers can be a little bit more stripping, and so I like to spray my face with this and then go in with like my serums and lotions and everything like that. I just really like the experience. Again, it's kind of like the face mask. Like, it's just a nice experience. I don't know if this actually really does anything for my skin, but I will continue to use facial sprays. I didn't repurchase from the Heritage Store though. I bought the Christmas set of the Mario Badescu ones, so that's what I'm currently working on right now. All right, so I do have a face wash from Soap and Glory. This was their vitamin C facial wash, Face Soap Clarity. So I think I had like a little gift set where it had some of their smaller sampler items, and I finished off everything else like in the year of 2021, and then the face wash just hung around. The scent of this was weird. It smelled like generic laundry detergent. Just weird. It had like little exfoliating beads in it that didn't really do anything. And then as far as vitamin C goes, I think I am the type of person, I've heard other people say this too, anytime I use a product with vitamin C in it, if I use it consistently, like this is a face wash, you would think you could use this once a day, every day, right? If I use products with vitamin C on that like consistent, regular basis, I actually notice my skin breaking out more. So I realize there are benefits to vitamin C for your skin and things like that, but I'm just not going to fool with it. I'm not going to be sucked into the hype of vitamin C anymore. Just my skin doesn't need it. I don't want it. It's fine. All right, I got some serums here for you. So this first one is from Fourth Ray Beauty, which is the ColourPop sister brand. This is the Reveal 10% AHA Acid Serum. So I know there's still like a little bit down here, but the dropper can't access it. And to be quite honest, this product did absolutely nothing. And I don't feel like fooling with it to get that last little bit out. That's not even going to be like a full application worth. So this had like a really weird smell. It kind of, I don't know. You know what it smells like? Do you remember when the Jelly Belly had the like would you rather beans where it was like, oh, did you get banana pudding or, you know, baby vomit? This was baby vomit. This exactly smells like baby vomit. It's disgusting. I wouldn't recommend this. And like I said, it didn't really do anything. It didn't help with like any of the texture or any of the like the breakouts or redness or anything like that that I was experiencing. Speaking of Fourth Ray Beauty, I think again, my cousin gifted me like a little 3-piece Try Me set from them, and I wasn't thrilled with any of the products. I don't even remember what the third product was in it, but these two did come from that. So this is the Aha Moment Exfoliating Enzyme Mask. So this had like, it was a very thin consistency, just so you can see the label. It was a very thin consistency, and then it had these like black bits in them. It almost looked like black pepper that you didn't grind up. It was weird, and they didn't do anything. Like they didn't break down after you washed your face or anything. And this never dried down like a mask would. It just stayed very wet feeling. And so I would leave it on for like, I think the longest I tried was like 20 minutes. And again, it just never dried down. Like I just didn't notice any benefit from it. Like I'm not a huge fan of this Fourth Ray Beauty brand by ColourPop. Like that little sampler set that I had, none of those items were a hit, and I'm not interested in like trying anything else from them. But now two tried and true favorite serums. These are both from The Ordinary. So the first one is their Buffet Serum. I absolutely love this. I feel like this has totally turned my skin around and made it feel more supple. Even though I had oily skin, it was still on the dehydrated side, and I really do enjoy this. I feel like this has helped combat some of like the fine lines and wrinkles that I hear other people my age complaining about, because I just feel like I don't experience them, and it's just a nice staple product. I will say though, if you are an oily girl like me, maybe use this once a day, because I was using it twice a day and I was finding that I was experiencing more breakouts at that time. But then when I just switched to once a day, I didn't feel that way anymore. So then my other serum from The Ordinary is their Niacinamide Serum. You guys know how I feel about this. I love this. So in case you didn't know, because I didn't know, Sephora sells this, like the Niacinamide Serum and the Buffet Serum, in like bigger bottles. So this is, instead of their standard size, this is 60 ml, so it's double the product. You save like $2 to $3, I think, as if you, like instead of buying two 30 ml bottles and you buy just this one guy, you do save like $2 to $3 is what I'm getting at. So kind of nice to know. So I've switched, instead of buying these from Ulta, buying them at Sephora, because they do offer the bigger sizes. And I am a firm believer in niacinamide. I really think that has done a great job to help like cut down on the oiliness of my skin that I experience. I know some people say, oh, you should use niacinamide, like it'll help with redness and breakouts. I don't find that it does anything for that, but with consistent use, I have greatly noticed a change in like the oiliness of my skin. So then the last skincare item that I have is kind of bougie. It's from Ole Hendrickson. It's their Banana Bright Eye Cream. And I want to tell you guys that I hate this. I want to tell you that this is a terrible, atrocious product. Don't even fool with getting it. It was just ungodly awful, but I can't. That would just be an utter lie. This was lovely. This was the right amount of like consistency. It wasn't too thick. It wasn't too thin. It made my eyes feel so nice. And I'm not going to lie, I always feel like this is a gimmick, a marketing tactic, when something says it's going to reduce the puffiness. But I really felt like this did reduce the puffiness of my eyes. I was quite pleased with this. So I did buy another full guy of this, and then my greedy little self couldn't help it when I made a Sephora order sometime in like December or whatever. You could get like the little sample guy, so I snagged up the little sample guy. And then guess what? I was looking through my closet and I have like 3 other eye creams. So gonna be a little eye cream piglet this year and try to see if I can work through some of these, but not like overuse them, you know what I mean? But another good benefit that I liked about this one, and one reason why I don't mind the price tag, I feel like this is an eye cream that I could use day and night, instead of having like a thinner one for the daytime and a thicker one for the nighttime. Like this worked for both day and night. So once I get through a lot of these eye creams, I will be just sticking to this, is what I feel like. Onto the makeup. So I feel like for me personally, November, December, and January are always good months for empties, because you've either been working on these products all year long and then you finish them in November, December, or it's like January hits and it's all of those products that you were just so close to finishing in December and now you finish them. I really feel like my February, March, and April empties will be much shorter. That is typically the months that I tend to like struggle in, because I am doing a good job of in January trying to finish off those items and not let them hang around so long. So let's get into the makeup though. I always count this in with my makeup empties. This is the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. Now this smelled terrible. This was their 18-in-1 hemp tea tree soap. It smelled like, it definitely smelled like tea tree, and I'm not a fan of tea tree. I don't like the smell of it. Like, it's just not pleasant to me. But the reason that I get these Castile soaps is because I absolutely love to use this stuff to clean my makeup sponges and my brushes. I feel like this definitely takes out the staining, gets out all the residue and the gunkiness and everything like that. And it's soft enough to where it's not breaking down my makeup sponges. Like, I'm not going through one a month, even though I wash my makeup sponge every time before I do my makeup, and it's really gentle on my brushes. So this is something that I will continue to have in my life and to use to clean my brushes. Okay, this next item was a big swing and a miss. I'm so glad that this is out of my life. So this is the Pixie Glow Mist. I don't know if you can read it, but it's the one that's like the yellowy orangey kind of color. This was terrible. I used this as a setting spray, and if you go back and look at some of the videos earlier in the month, like my makeup inventory, like the videos where I had on my little leopard print sweater, like I was really feeling myself, but in editing that, this was the spray that I had used on my face, and I looked like a grease ball. And it didn't look that way like in real life, but it looked that way on camera. I don't know, it was just weird. I didn't like it. Also, with these Pixie Mist, I hear a lot of people say that they really like the sprayer. Is anything gonna, there's like a little bit in the tube. People really like the sprayer. I didn't. This was too fine of a sprayer. I feel like to get this on my face, I had to hold it right here, and I had to like, you know, in little circular areas. So this was not a hit for me. I have yet to find a Pixie product that I like, I think. So yeah. All right, let's talk about a primer. So I finished off my Benefit Professional Hydrating Primer. I'm so excited. Now this does look like a full tube, but if you guys have owned a Benefit Professional before, you know that like the air, it's one of those packagings where you can squeeze all of the air out of it, just like I've done, and you can put the cap back on it, but then it just fills back up. Like, there's no getting that air out. So this is an empty, I promise. I am disenfranchised with the Professional. This used to be my favorite. I do have one other tube of this, like the original, not the hydrating. I'm finding that I don't feel like this is doing anything for my skin, and it's weird. I don't think my pores have gotten worse. If anything, with the help of that niacinamide serum, my pores actually look a lot better. So I don't know what it is. Is it just one of those things like your skin is getting used to it so it doesn't work anymore? Like, I know that's a thing for skincare, but is that a thing for makeup? I don't know. I'm gonna work through my other Benefit that I have, and then I'm going to be on the hunt for a good pore filling primer, because I really do like to use those types of primers in my T-zone. All right, so we have a cream highlighter moving out. So this is the Ciate London Dewy Stick. Again, don't know if you can read that on there. This is in the shade Glow. I have used this all the way up. You are seeing a little bit because there is like the little plastic piece. I am not digging this out. I can't even get a swatch for you. Like, this just scrapes the bejesus out of my skin now when I use it. And it wasn't a good product. Like, this just, it didn't add any of that nice like glow to your skin, like a lip from within glow. It just made your skin look kind of greasy and oily and like this, no. So I am glad to have worked this out. If you've been following along with my low buy, then you know that part of my rules is that I can't buy any cream highlighters until I have this and one other item worked out of my collection. So we're halfway there with that goal. All right, so then this last item is kind of funny. So this video, this empties video, should be going up on Sunday, I believe. And then Tuesday is either February 1st or 2nd, I don't remember. But that's gonna be my February Shop My Stash. So I filmed my Shop My Stash, I believe, on January 19th or 20th. And I put this item in my Shop My Stash, but I finished it because like I'm using those items. So this is done, but you're gonna see it in the Shop My Stash for February. So don't pre-film things too early. What is it though, you might be asking? So it's a cream blush from Fenty Beauty. This was from their holiday set from last year. They came out with some, it was this cream blush, which was a full size. They had a mini of the Diamond Glow powder, and then, or Diamond Bomb powder, whatever they call it, and something else. But this is in the shade Fenty Glow. I will open this up for you guys. This was a very lovely blush. I believe I swatch it in the Shop My Stash video. So if you're curious, just, you know, wait for Tuesday, you'll see this. There was just a little tiny sliver left in here. I actually wasn't using this as a cream blush. It was a wonderful shade as a cream blush. It was that nice, like, kind of pinky brown color. Really love those. But what I was finding is that I really enjoyed this as a cream bronzer for this time of year. So that's how I used it up, was as a cream bronzer, really just kind of like, I hate to say plowed through it, but I did plow through it because since I was using it as a cream bronzer, I was using it on a more, like, a larger surface area than I would a cream blush. So it did go a little bit quicker that way. But I did really enjoy this. I'm not in the market to repurchase any cream blushes right now though. I have a lot of them to get through, but I really did enjoy the Fenty Beauty formula. I'm interested in maybe picking up like a cream bronzer from them. I don't know, we'll see. But that's it. That is it for my makeup empties. If you made it this far, bless you, okay? So I hope you guys are having a good day, a good night, or a good whatever, and I will catch you down in the comments and see you in Tuesday's video.